Is Islam at war, or just behind Christianity? A journey through 2,000 years of sacred violence, from the sword of Christ to the blade of the Caliphate. We often talk about the violence of Islam. We associate it with war, fanaticism, and terror. And then we look at Christianity today, peaceful, civilized, smiling in every direction. And we think, that one has evolved. But what if we took a step back? Not 50 years, but 15 centuries. We'd see a very different picture. A Christianity once as violent as Islam is today, and a Judaism that disarmed itself only because it lost power. So the question is simple, but dizzying. Do religions also go through ages? An Iron Age, a Golden Age, a Wise Age? That's the journey we're taking today, through history, through faith, and through violence. So let's start with Christianity. The peaceful Christianity we know today, the one of empty churches and kind sermons, didn't always wear that angelic face. For nearly 1,000 years, it was a religion of war, empire, and blood. In the 11th century, the Pope called the knights to the First Crusade. "God wills it," he cried, and they marched off to slaughter in the name of Christ. When they reached Jerusalem, they killed everyone, Muslims, Jews, even Eastern Christians. No one was spared. Chroniclers say the blood reached the horses' knees, so much for love thy neighbor. Then came the Inquisition, torture, fire, and purification by iron and flame. Later, the wars of religion, Catholics versus Protestants, the St. Bartholomew's Day massacre. Thousands dead, all for a difference in how they prayed. Christianity became a political machine. The church ruled kings, consciences, and armies. The Prince of Peace turned into a general of war. But with time, societies changed. States grew stronger. The sword slowly left the hands of priests to rest in the hands of kings. Violence didn't disappear. It just changed clothes. The sword of religion became the sword of politics, and what we call Christian civilization was born from a long transfer. Faith in the kingdom of God replaced by faith in the state. Result? Fewer bonfires, more laws. Fewer crusades, more colonies. Violence didn't die. It modernized. Meanwhile, what about Judaism? It put its sword away, but not by choice. In the Bible, God leads wars, orders the conquest of Canaan, the destruction of Amalek. It was the era of the wars of the Lord. Then everything collapsed. The Temple of Jerusalem was destroyed, the Jewish people exiled, and then came a breathtaking shift. Judaism moved from the sword to the book. The Torah became its new battlefield. Words replaced weapons. Study replaced blood. Without an army, a kingdom, or a land, Judaism became the first religion of political disarmament. Instead of conquering lands, it conquered minds. The rabbis taught, do not awaken love before it wishes. In other words, don't force redemption, don't bring the end of the world by the sword. For 2,000 years, that wisdom of waiting became a weapon of survival. Jews learned to endure without power, to resist without violence, and when they regained a state in 1948, it was no longer a religion at war, it was a nation defending itself. Violence became political again, not theological. Judaism deactivated holy war. It didn't defeat violence through virtue, but through necessity, and maybe that's its greatest victory. Then comes Islam. Late to history, but strong. In a single century, it spread from Spain to India. Fast, powerful, unstoppable, and yes, frightening. From the start, Islam was both faith and project, a religion of empire. The Caliphate meant God and power walking hand in hand. And when a religion becomes an empire, it inherits the empire's flaws. Conquest, war, ambition, succession struggles. That's not unique to Islam. It's the price of power. But in the 20th century, it all collapsed. Muslim empires fell, new states were drawn, often by foreign rulers with rulers and maps, and from that chaos rose a new question. Who are we without an empire, without a caliphate, without unity? In that vacuum grew the Islamist movements, and later modern jihadism, groups trying to replay the glory of the caliphate in a world that no longer speaks the same language. Some call it the radicalization of Islam. Others say no, it's just radicalization itself, dressed in Quranic verses because every rage needs a flag. And both are right. The desperate use religion as an excuse to strike. The powerful use it as a tool to rule. But beware the easy slogan. Saying Islam is violent is like saying the knife kills. No, it's the hand that wields it. And let's be honest, Religious wars aren't only Eastern. The West has its modern crusades too, in the name of freedom, nation, or progress. We've invaded, bombed, and killed. We just stopped mentioning God. Now let's look at the bigger picture. Religions, like civilizations, seem to follow a cycle. Fervor, power, decline. It's always the same story. Faith is born in fire, conquers the world, then falls asleep in comfort. When it loses power, it becomes spiritual. When it regains it, it becomes brutal again. That's true of Christianity. It's true of Islam. And in a way, it's true of Judaism. But here's the lesson. Peace doesn't always come from virtue. It often comes from defeat. A powerless religion becomes wise, and all-powerful religion becomes dangerous. So here's the question. Can a religion move past its Iron Age? Can it reform, calm down, without first collapsing? Yes, maybe. But it takes courage, doubt, and debate. Not a copy-paste of the Western model, but an inner transformation, a return to the spiritual core, mercy, justice, humility. Many are already working on it. Theologians, mystics, reformers, often in silence, sometimes in fear. But they need space to exist, and today that space is vanishing. Fear of blasphemy, fear of disapproval, fear of thinking, still choking the seeds of change. Yet history shows sacred violence never lasts forever. It burns out, it transforms, it rusts. The sword of religion always ends up dull. So yes, every religion has had its Iron Age. Christianity learned peace through war, Judaism found wisdom in exile, and Islam is still searching for balance between faith and power. But maybe the real question is this: does religious peace come from wisdom or from collapse? Maybe the answer is that it's not God who makes war or peace, it's men. When power dresses itself in the sacred, it becomes fanatic. When faith allies itself with humility, it becomes light. So I'll leave you with one final question. Do you think the peace of a religion comes from its wisdom or from its fall? Tell me in the comments. And if you want more videos that challenge the sacred without fear, subscribe. See you soon for another deep dive into the gray zones of the divine.